Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Can everyone hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
The Upper Allentown, pardon me? We ready? The Upper Allen Township Vacancy Board will now call its meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
one nation, under God. Thank you. This session will be live streamed via Zoom for those who are unable to attend in person. A recording of it will be made available after the fact on YouTube. For tonight's meeting, the following members are in attendance, and I believe Mr. Fraser will do the roll call.
Commissioner Walsh. Present. Commissioner Fairchild. Present. Commissioner Castranio. Present. Commissioner Martin. Present. Chairperson Shipman.
Present.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. The Vacancy Board is meeting tonight, February 13, 2025, to fill the vacancy on the Board of Commissioners left by the December 31, 2024 resignation of Commissioner Anderson. There were ultimately 13 interested candidates, all of whom were interviewed on January 30th, 2025 in a special session of the Board of Commissioners, which I did attend. As the board came to an impasse at the February 5th Board of Commissioners meeting, which I did view online, the matter has been placed before the Vacancy Board, which consists of the sitting members of the Board of Commissioners, as well as myself as chair, appointed by the Board of Commissioners earlier. I will now open the floor for public comment. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes or less, and please limit them to the task at hand, which is to fill the vacant position on the Board of Commissioners. Other matters may be addressed at a regular Board of Commissioners meeting.
Ms. Shipman, can I raise a point of order? You or the solicitor kind of outline or elaborate on the ground rules that we're going to be following, just for the benefit of the public that's here? Maybe it may temper some of their comments and avoid any confusion.
Any confusion?
Well, I was going to explain the procedure after the comments. Mr. Solicitor, how would you advise me to do this?
Well, I think it would be appropriate to take comments from members of the public.
I cannot hear. Is your mic on?
It is on.
I can't hear what the solicitor is saying.
Can you hear me?
Barely. A little bit.
Lectern.
Why don't you go to the
Lectern.
lectern? And then at the base of that, there's a button, just push that. No, over here, Steve. It should turn green when, there you go. Now, don't use the hand talk into that. I can see if she can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Sharon, can you hear me?
Now I can when you're at that mic. Yes, I hear you great right there.
Okay. Under the First Class Township Code, there is no really set procedure for how the Vacancy Board conducts its business, but it will be up to the chair. It is my recommendation that the board receive comment from members of the public, as it normally would during a regular Board of Commissioners meeting, and then we'll go into the subject of this Vacancy Board meeting, which would be to proceed with nominations and votes on candidates for the Board of Commissioners.
I was just hoping, I believe Sharon had suggested a procedure to pull names out of a hat or a bin, 1 through 4, or numbers out of a bin, and then nominate in that order. I was just hoping the public could be made aware of that.
Yeah, I mean, I was planning to state that a little bit later, but doesn't matter to me when I say it, solicitor.
Yeah, I mean, you can state that now if you want. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, this is the procedure for nominations will go as follows. Each board member will have an opportunity to nominate. The order of nominations will be determined by chance. Each commissioner will draw a number 1 through 4, and nominations will take place in order. Then following the nomination of a candidate, the vacancy board will vote. The process will repeat with one nomination followed by voting until a majority is reached or a stalemate is declared. And once a candidate receives a majority of votes, which would be 3 or more, he or she will be named the 5th commissioner with his or her term to end December 31, 2025. So that's the procedure we're going to follow.
yes, and now, I mean, I'll vacate the podium if anybody, member of the public, wants to offer public comment.
I do have one, sorry. Staff had circulated several comments that were submitted by residents who couldn't be here tonight with the hope that they would be read at tonight's meeting. Can those be read into the record during the public comment period?
I don't think it's appropriate to read them into the record, but they have been received and they've been shared with Ms. Shipman, so she's aware of them.
It has been our prior practice to read them into the record.
Not necessarily, no, it hasn't.
What's that?
We have not read them into the record at the meetings as a matter of
Oh,
practice.
yeah, on occasion, but whether that's a precedent or not, but fine.
I was just going to comment, in addition to the chairperson receiving those public comments, the total vacancy board received them.
Yes. Who wish to address the vacancy board?
So we can now take public comment, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Thanks, 835 Grantham Road. My husband and I had the opportunity to come at the initial meeting. Unfortunately, we only stayed for the first 4. And listening to the meeting or whatever, it kept coming up about residents not knowing about what's going on and so on and so forth. I'd like to make a recommendation, number 1, that maybe 2 days before the board meetings or special meetings like this, why not do a blast call? We get calls from the township periodically, not periodically, but we have, and just tell the people, this is what's going to be on the agenda. You know, you don't need to go into detail, but just tell them this is what's coming up. Because if it strikes their interest, they could be here. People don't have time to go on the website and look. People work, people have children. But I think it's a way of trying to get more members to these meetings and hearing exactly what the members, not the members, I'm sorry, I worked in healthcare but it's time for the residents to be able to know what's going on and not put on their calendar, oh my goodness, there's a meeting here, and then come to find out that it doesn't pertain to them. So I think if we could just inform the residents before the meeting, that would be great. If they don't want to come, they don't come. Second of all, let's try to make these meetings like at times where people who aren't working can attend. There are still residents that are working, and they can't leave their job at 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock to come to meetings. So with that said, I'd also like for the vacancy board to consider new people to the board. We've had people on the board, and that's fine, but other residents have different ideas, newer ideas. And let's face it, we had an election. Everyone, the residents cast their election. Let the residents know. Have our input. If we want this park or this highway or whatever, I think it's time to open this up to new people. Okay? I don't know if I went over my 3 minutes, but thank you.
Anyone else?
I'm Judy Bailey, 450 East Lisburn Road. Until recently, I didn't have much insight into the Board of Commissioners management style, but unfortunately, I've been learning. When Ginny Anderson's seat became available, several community members encouraged me to apply, recognizing my leadership skills and passion for our township. However, stepping into the process, I saw quickly firsthand how disorganized the selection process was and divided the selections were. There seemed to be no clear plan. The commissioners had expectations that the chairman did not respect or clarify. The solicitor seemed unclear of the legal process, and as an applicant, I was left in the dark with no information. There's a basic communication principle that states what is clear to you only. And it's in the best interest of any caring leader to take the time to answer the questions and confirm that everyone understands. I've attended many township meetings and seen the same pattern of confusion repeat itself. Residents are often unaware of decisions that directly affect their properties. So I must ask, what's going on? Why is it so difficult to provide clear, consistent information to residents and staff about township affairs, whether it be parks, fire, police, sewer, roads, or land use? And how do you expect to fill a commissioner's position without clearly outlining the role for the applicant? I urge this board to adopt a more open and supportive, delegative leadership style, one that puts the goals of the Township Comprehensive Plan built by citizens and professional planners ahead of the autocratic, authoritative style of personal preferences. Please select a commissioner tonight and expect to choose someone who will not continue to divide the board, but provide cohesive perspective and leadership according to the agreed upon comprehensive plan. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? No? No.
Someone's coming.
Okay.
Ray White, 21 Hemlock Drive, Mechanicsburg, PA. The one thing I would ask as I look around, and I can say this because I fit into that class, is that I would ask that you find someone younger to serve on the board, because right now it's a lot of old white guys. And so I would ask that you find someone. I had an opportunity to meet with some folks at the last meeting, and I would appreciate if you consider them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Katie Noss, and I live at 1929 Fisher Road. Thanks so much for having this meeting and having the opportunity to bring our ideas to you. I just wanted to say a few words on behalf of my friend Shannon Pennington, who is one of the folks who's up for consideration. Shannon and I have been friends for about 10 years and neighbors the whole time up until about 6 months ago. She has been a wonderful friend and neighbor, and is the type of person who builds partnerships and collaborations. And I think that her spirit and energy would bring a lot to this board. And I think you guys would all really enjoy working with Shannon. She has the best interests of Upper Allen Township in mind, and she also has the interests of children of this community in mind as well, being a mother of a young child herself. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? No? If there are no other comments, I believe we can now draw the numbers. Okay, so you all have your numbers. Whoever has drawn number one, please go ahead with your nomination.
That is me. I nominate Shannon Pennington.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no.
Aye.
No.
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 Okay, I guess. Uh, I believe that was 3 no's. Is that correct?
I don't think we heard your vote, but
I said
I-
no. I'm sorry.
I have number two.
Are we, so, okay,
I was going to explain, we've heard some things tonight.
go ahead.
I reviewed, requirements of the town of what first-class township should be doing. Just to refresh myself, public safety, police, fire, EMS, roads, stormwater, sanitation, sewer and trash, recreation, land use regulations. And really over the last decade, and so we've not had many complaints. I mean, we do hear tonight that we need to be make people more aware of what's going on. And I guess we've heard that. We moved to having these televised and such. We also heard that, last election, people were voted out. Well, so then that made me think, I didn't even think this until I heard that. Well, maybe we should be picking someone who represents what Ginny Anderson, to fill her term. So I went through my notes again and tried to select people that I knew would, continue to do work that she had done. So moving forward, then I broke it down to 5 people, but I will list my number one now, which would be Jim Cochran.
All those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no.
Nobody seconded.
There's no second.
There's been no second.
you don't have to say.
Oh.
You don't have to second nominations. So are we ready to vote?
Yeah, call.
All in favor of those, those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no.
Aye.
No.
Aye.
Aye.
I didn't hear you vote.
I'm not a yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
said all those in favor say aye.
Well, she mixed them together, said yes. Why don't you do those separately, Sharon? I might suggest call for the yes votes and then call for the no votes.
Okay, all in favor of those, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Those opposed say no.
No.
You've just disgraced your community, Ms. Shipman, and voted to demolish the Bishop
Okay,
Bridge.
I believe no further action is required. And that concludes the meeting. And I will accept a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
Pardon?
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Well,